firstly, Shawn, before we talk about the event, I want to talk about just this chapter of your life in general. You become just a jack of all trades. You've been doing analyst work, you've been doing killing it with the podcast, and now you're doing ambassador stuff. Can you talk about just reflecting on this moment of your life specifically?
Yeah, this may sound a little big-headed, but I call myself a king of all trades. You know what I mean? But to that point, like that's all I've tried to do my entire life is just separate myself. You know what I mean? So you may have a lot of jacks out there, but who's the king of all trades? You know, so I've really taken on that responsibility and also the responsibility of just being a positive advocate for the sport of boxing. And so, everywhere I go, everything that I do, even things that don't involve boxing, I'm always trying to incorporate and make sure that people understand where I come from and the core value that I have. It's all because of boxing. Of course, because of my dad. Not everyone gets the same kind of values if their coaches, their fathers can't implement those kinds of things. My dad certainly did, but I do believe that he is who he is because of boxing as well. So I'm really just trying to lead the best example that I can, and I'm grateful, man. I'm just appreciative to God that He made me who I am, and it's received.
Yeah, and always a busy man, right? It feels like you're always doing something, man. It's always active.
Yeah.
And talking about this event specifically, how did you first get involved? What really attracted you to this?
Yeah, sure. JT, the proprietor of North Star Sports Advocates, knowing that he wanted to put on combat sports, something that he had the opportunity to do with his dad, which is also how he and I are connected because of our fathers. It just made sense, and he knew if he was going to do anything boxing related, he knew who to go to. And, of course, I'm going to always be there for JT. So, the question has been, what's your responsibility here? What should we expect you to be doing? On fight night, I'm definitely going to be just walking around, shaking the hands, kissing the babies like I do, taking the pictures, all that good stuff, just reaching out and touching the families that are there. Definitely going to be peeking into the locker rooms and giving the fighters the best energy possible ahead of their matches. And then beyond that, just whatever's needed along the way. I have a heart to help, so I'm just filling in any gaps that may be around.
Yeah. And this is kind of more than just a traditional boxing event, right? It's going to be a lot more of a spectacle as well. Yeah. What attracted you to that aspect of it?
Yeah. Again, separate myself, So when JT said, I don't want to just put on boxing, I want to put on MMA. Perfect. We've done that before. We've seen you and your dad do that before. He says, man, I want to take it to another level. I want live music. I want DJs. I want vendors out there showing off merchandise, selling things and all those kinds. I want this. And he said, how do we? I said, this has to be a family-oriented event. We have to do something that's going to bring the people who are walking by into what we're doing. And we got to have something that's going to hold them there. So like the gentleman said, it could be the music, could be the DJing, could be the boxing, could be the MMA, could just be the atmosphere. And that's what we want to become known as. We want to put on events, not boxing matches, not MMA matches. We want to put on events, and ultimately that's why I'm here.
And this gym in particular has had so much history here in Phoenix. I feel like a lot of fighters, whenever they came to Arizona and they wanted a home base to train, it was this gym. And we've seen a lot of Phoenix, of course, the Benavides brothers have been here. And from what I understand, you came here not too long ago to touch base with some of the young athletes here.
Yes.
What was that like in getting to speak to those young, talented people?
I love it, man. That's a part of who I am, and JT knows that. Anytime I have an opportunity to reach to someone, to speak to someone, to help push somebody along, give that encouragement, give that motivation and this inspiration, all those kinds of things, I'm always for it. So that was actually my first time coming here was a couple of weeks ago, and I did not understand or know about all of the history here, getting to hear it, getting to see it, and then on top of that, being able to see the kind of program that they have here at this gym. They have a great foundation, and they haven't swayed away from it. And ultimately, that's why we JT decided to donate the $10,000. And I said, well, what about me? But then and he said, man, you could see the kids. You could see how you were able to reach these kids and the energy that they got from you. And he says, man, I just want to help. And I said, JT, I'm there for you. So we're happy to donate this money, and we're going to be connected beyond this money. And for him and I both. It's not just about the monetary, you know. When can we come and have an opportunity to sit with the kids or me train with the kids and all those kinds of things. So, man, I'm blessed. And like JT said, man, it's all about extending the blessings.
Yeah, Shawn, thank you so much for your insight. And thank you for coming out here, man. It's a true honor and a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much.